A master artisan knows that every stroke of the brush, every choice of color, every single brush stroke is important in the painting of a masterpiece. And so those factors have to be approached with consideration. But at the same time, a master artisan also knows that if too much time and too much attention is spent on the details, then the flow of soul that goes from quarters unknown to the artisan to the canvas is disrupted. And such is the moment that you find yourself in right now. You're in a space where you know that you can't push blindly ahead without respect to what has gotten you this far. You equally know that if you take certain steps, it compromises the integrity of what got you here. And equally, if you take other steps, it might speed your progress along quite a lot. And so you're in a position where you're having to try to, at the very least, find some balance. And this is extraordinarily confusing to sort through. So you feel stuck. A lot of it is where your heart is in the moment. A lot of it relates to intent. Now, I know what you're thinking. The road to hell is paved with good intent, right? Well, is the road to heaven paved with bad intent? No, of course not, right? So, yes, sometimes you can get so caught in the details, so concerned about the next thing that you do, that you stay stuck. And yes, that is something to weigh in the balance at the moment. You really have to weigh and you have to consider that, and you have to understand, I can't stay stuck in the past. I can't continually be concerned about every single step that I take in moving forward in order to establish progress. But at the same time, if I go too fast, too furiously, then I'm going to leave my past in a shambles. I'm going to perhaps burn bridges that I might want to cross again in the future. So you have to pay respect to what got you here. You have to honor that. You have to understand it. But quite often, that's all right here. Okay? So if your intent is in the right place, if you care, if humility enough is there to overcome the pride that goes, well, I just have to be arrogant and non-caring and just close the door on the past. If the humility is there, that you'll stay open so that you're able to see when perhaps steps that you take are leading you in a direction that does not honor where you came from, then you'll know when to stop. So in taking the high road, you have to move with that which elevates you in the present moment. In other words, you have to go with your inspiration. Okay? If you follow your inspiration in this present moment, then you'll make the right choices. You'll uplift not just the situation that you're trying to build for the future, but you'll take along with you upliftment of that which is once before. How do you do that? You've got to go to that space that's in here, rather than that space that's constructing all these different outcomes up here. What's up here has to listen to what's here. So if you consider taking a certain action and all of a sudden it doesn't feel right here, if you look at that and you recognize this doesn't do any help, both, and I have to say both, to the future and equally to what has been once before, if it's not offering the right substance, nourishment, support to both of those things, then that's a move that you need to not consider. Now, I know it's hard because you're lingering in a moment, and we can get stuck in nostalgia. Nostalgia is very easy to become attached to. You can't have that happen either. But there's a fine line between nostalgia and respect. Or maybe what I'm trying to say with that is there's a fine line between becoming stuck in the past and respecting that which has come once before. And so that's why you're kind of going, I'm wavering. Because am I just hanging on to the past? Or am I respecting that which has been there? The answer truly lies in knowing what your intent is. I think in this moment you understand that. You have care, you have devotion for what once was. You have respect for that. You equally know that you have to move on to something else that's much more meaningful, to something that uplifts you. You can find the balance to do both. And if you could use a little bit of help in getting there, I should mention that I do offer several different levels of astrological service, all of which are available through the astrological services page of my website. If you're interested in scheduling with me, you can do so through the link above. That's going to do it for this look at the moon's transit through Anuradha Nakshatra on the 6th of December 2018. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.